Welcome to episode 130 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. After discussing outdoor cooling methods, including outdoor fans in last week's episode, I realized we haven't really talked about indoor ceiling fans. So this week, I'll give you some quick tips on how to select, use, and maintain your ceiling fans. The right-sized ceiling fan can keep you cool and save you money. Ceiling fans cost very little to run as compared to air conditioners. Running a fan will allow you to set your thermostat at a higher temperature when it's hot outside, so you can save money on your monthly electric bill. According to Energy Star, you can save 3 to 5% on air conditioning costs for each degree you raise the thermostat. Unlike air conditioners, ceiling fans don't lower the room's temperature or remove humidity from the air. But what we learned last week is that fans make us feel more comfortable by blowing humid air away from us and allowing the moisture on our skin to evaporate more readily. That's what makes us cool down, making us feel 4 to 8 degrees cooler. We're about to get right into those quick tips. But before we do, a big thank you goes to Auntie Mimi 3333. Thank you for that 5-star rating and nicely written review. She said she's binge listened to the show for 3 weeks. God bless you, girl. That is dedication. Thank you for listening. And thank you for giving back to the show by leaving a review. Okay, let's get into those quick tips. Number 1, put ceiling fans throughout your home without hesitation. Several years ago, ceiling fans lost some popularity, especially in custom-built homes. In their place, homeowners started putting up very fancy lighting fixtures, but ceiling fans are back on trend. Today's ceiling fans are sleeker and more stylish than those of the 1990s, so use them liberally in your new home, in bedrooms, living rooms, and even outdoors. Number 2, select the right size ceiling fan for your space. Properly sized ceiling fans run more efficiently and last longer than fans that are too large or too small for a space. A small ceiling fan in a large room will have to work twice as hard to cool you off, which will result in the motor burning out quickly. A large fan in a small room will create an uncomfortable amount of airflow. Ceiling fans range from 29 to 54 inches, the most popular size being 52 inches, meaning the blades of the fan span 52 inches. 52-inch fans work best in rooms that are 225 to 400 square feet. You'll want to choose a 42 to 44-inch model for spaces that are 144 to 225 square feet. For very large rooms, like oversized great rooms, you'll want to install more than one standard size ceiling fan, or you can choose an extra large fan from a company like Big Ass Fans. If you think I'm joking about the name of that company, I'm not. Go to bigassfans.com. The American Lighting Association has a list of size guidelines for ceiling fans. You can take a look at the show notes at BYHYU.com to see a table of those guidelines. Number 3, don't search for Consumer Reports ratings on ceiling fans because they don't exist. According to Consumer Reports, they don't rate ceiling fans because they say, quote, in our past tests, most ceiling fans perform similarly on low and high speeds, end quote. The folks at Consumer Reports go on to say that in the past, they tested a number of 52-inch fans that had 3 speeds. They found that spending more didn't guarantee better performance, but the higher price did get you fancier finishes on the motor cover and blades. Number 4, turn your ceiling fan off when you leave the room, since fans cool you and not the room. Number 5, look at CFM, that's cubic feet per minute, numbers on the box and on the manufacturer's website. The higher the CFM number, the better the air movement. But be cautious, because a higher CFM number also means more wind noise. Not motor noise, but wind noise. Motor noise is not affected by CFMs. Also be wary of fans with large blades that have ridges, bumps, and some sort of surface texture, because those are noisier than fans with smooth blades. Number 6, fix the wobble. I currently have a wobbly ceiling fan in my current house, and I thought it was something that I had to live with. But what I learned this week is that there are balancing kits that you can buy in big box stores that will fix most wobbles. The balancing kit is a combination of clips and weights. The weights attach to the fan blades to add a bit of extra weight to balance the fan. The removable clips help you determine where to place the weights. You can eliminate most of the wobbling with these balancing kits, but wobbling that comes from a worn-down motor usually can't be eliminated. Number 7, look for the Energy Star label. Fans that earn the Energy Star label move air 20% more efficiently than standard models. The Energy Star fans with light kits are 60% more efficient than conventional fans with light kits. Look for ceiling fans with light kits that use super energy efficient and long-lasting LED bulbs. Not all ceiling fans use all types of light bulbs. Number 8, install a ceiling fan in the center of a room with the blades no closer than 18 to 24 inches from a wall or drapes. One site that I read said 18 inches and the other site said 24. Fan blades should be 8 to 9 feet above the floor for optimal airflow. You can use down rods for higher ceilings. Down rods are pipe-like rods that extend from the ceiling to the top of the fan to get the fan closer to that optimal height of 8 to 9 feet above the floor. Down rods range from 3 inches to 120 inches. Sloped mounts and down rods are used for ceiling fans mounted on tall, angled, or vaulted ceilings. Number 9, use hugger or low-profile fans for rooms that have ceilings under 8 feet in height. Hugger fans are great for rooms with lower ceilings, but you won't have as much air movement as you will with a regular fan because blades are closer to the ceiling. All right, let's do a pop quiz. Here's the question. Is it okay for outdoor fans to be installed indoors? We learned about this last week in episode 129 called Keeping Your House Cool Inside and Out. So, is it okay for outdoor fans to be installed indoors? The answer is yes. It's perfectly fine for outdoor fans to be installed inside, but you should never install indoor fans outdoors. That brings me to tip number 10. If you're placing a ceiling fan in a damp room, like a bathroom, you'll want to choose a fan that's UL damp rated. Outdoor fans are either UL damp rated or UL wet rated. Number 11, clean your fan blades at least once per cooling season. Dirty fan blades don't move air efficiently. Plus, the more dust on a ceiling fan, the more likely the dust is to fly around the room. I haven't tried this, but one site said that you can decrease the amount of dust that accumulates on fans by waxing the fan blades with car wax. Before you go all in on waxing your fan blades, though, spot test a small section of a blade to make sure that the car wax doesn't discolor the fan. And our last tip, number 12, use your fan in warm and cold seasons. During the summer, you want the fan to create a wind chill to cool you down. So your ceiling fan needs to run at a higher speed in a counterclockwise direction. As you look up at it, the hotter you are, the higher the speed should be. During the winter, your fan should run at a lower speed in a clockwise direction. This gently draws cooler room air upward and draws warmer air that's usually near the ceiling downward. To remember which direction the fan blades should turn, remember that the double C's in counterclockwise go with the double M's in summer. You can also remember that the S in summer looks like two C's pasted together, one C facing backwards. Both are admittedly goofy ways to remember which way the blade should turn, but hopefully these ways will help you remember that during the summer, fan blades should turn counterclockwise when you look up at them, And during the winter, blades should turn clockwise. That's all I have for you this week. I hope you learned as much as I did. And I hope you'll join me again next week for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.